Today, we're going to make the Casper. Simple little wallet. I have no idea what that used to say, but I was trying to tell myself something. This is the Casper because it basically disappears in your hand or in your pocket. It's so small. Got some pattern pieces, we'll go over those in a bit. Prototype. Usually when I start a wallet, I'll get some cheap thin leather, staples, make a lot of cuts, make a lot of changes. Like right here, you can see some packing tape where I put it back together again. When I originally designed this, I had the curves on both sides, but I like to have a backsplash when I'm putting a card in and out of a wallet. If that curve were cut out, you'd have to almost try to thread a needle getting that. Instead, you can just go like that and put it right in. So, while I'm designing the wallet, sometimes I put pieces back with packing tape. But first, coffee. And take a look at this pattern first. Pretty simple. This is the inside pocket. This is the outside pocket. We're gonna do some stitching down here in the bottom as a card stop. And that's all there is to it. Except we don't have this curve up here. So let's put that in the pattern. More about this later. Now there's a curve. Let's grab a slab off the hide. Let's give ourselves a square edge. Now we cut the width, and let me show you how easy that can be. With a bump jig. We have these, the super chunky bar on the website now. Link will be down in the description. Now how easy is that? And we could do the same thing for the length. Now, to get these arches in here, simple punch, gives us a chance to talk about the new Shop Anvil. Hold on one second. This was my original Shop Anvil, 1 inch thick, 6 inches or so wide. Every once in a while, I need the square edge. But what I like about this is that it's handy. I can pick it up with one hand and put it anywhere. So we designed this rectangular grooved edges to grab and hold. Got a hole to put a lanyard if you want a lanyard in there to hang it. 5 inches by 7 inches, 1 inch thick. And for all you geeks out there, 1018 cold rolled steel, perfect. There's a link in the description to go straight to the website. Take a look at these. Now I also cut a piece of Japanese cutting mat to fit right on the top. Forgot to mention the weight of the Shop Anvil. Weighs in at 9¼ pounds. That's almost 2 full bags of sugar. Now we have the straight arc with these points, which we don't want pointy points. We want it to be pleasing, like this. These are the arcs. These are also available in the shop. Link in the description. Let's toss some bevels on here. All right, so we need these to fold in half. But you see, there's that little bit of a gap. So let's see if we can get rid of that gap. Let's find the halfway mark. A quick and easy way to check if you're right there. Get that on there, to there, that to there, to there. Again, on the other side. There, yep. And if you mess up, just get it right again. See if it's the same. Perfect. Now we can take a little bit of meat out of here. V-gouger. Now, this should fold a lot better. It's not going to be all the way, but we have a trick for that too. Hold on. Here we have prior to manipulation, or let's call it encouragement. And post encouragement. Let's go ahead and toss a groove in this outer pocket while we're at it. Looking good so far. All right, we need to put a logo on this before we get it all put together. I would say somewhere in that area. Let's head over to the arbor press. All right, about time to butt this thing up. This is what we look like. Next up, glue this inside piece together. Put that bottom card stitch row in there. And this is a Crinkle Dublin from Horween. It's got a lot of fats and liquors in it. So in order to get that glue to penetrate, you're gonna wanna scuff it up some so it doesn't get stuck on that outside. All right, remember our card stop that we were gonna do? What you don't want is you don't want that card to go into that pocket and go all the way down here and get buried. So we want to lift it up some. I'd say about 5 millimeters. Now this will be hidden once we're done. Now you can line this up by eye roughly, because again, this will be hidden. You will never see this. Anywhere close is fine. And for the record, I did not go get milk, so I'm gonna have to discuss that later with her. And there we go. So that card will come down right about there. Had I not done the card stop, it would have sunk down to there, and your thumb groove wouldn't be able to grab it. And I also like to tap these down because they're hidden. Now I don't do that around the outside where it's exposed, like here, because you'll see I'm not a fan of that flat look. Next up, let's put this cover over top of that inside piece. You always want these two here to line up, so that way when that stitch goes through there, they're in the same spot. Just mark where you need your glue to go on both sides. And again, this Horween leather has got a lot of fats and liquors in it. You're going to want to get that scratched up. Find your mark where the top of that pocket's going to go and scuff on down. Both sides. And you can do the bottom if you want. Also the inside of here. Again, remember when you're putting these together, you're going to want these to line up. Just do one side at a time. Clamp them shut. Piece of cake. Next, just pretty up these edges a little bit. As mentioned before, I don't like points, especially something that's going to slide into your pocket and in and out of your hand. So let's get rid of these points. So far, much better. Get our stitch line in here, roughly about like that. And we will bevel the edges. Let's return these edges to their natural glory. Beautiful. Next up, let's make these pretty. And I usually do this after I stitch, but I'm going to do it before because the stitching wraps around the edge. So we need to get that edge looking good before we stitch. All right, that'll work. And here we go. Let's put some holes in here. All right, That's all the holes except for this one up top and this one up top. Now for these, because I'm going through to the other side where there's another layer, I like to do it by hand with an awl. You know, how the cowboys used to do. Remember, if you're doing diamond tips, that diamond needs to be angled just right to match the others. There, there. And there it is, the Casper. Real quick, number 1, subscribe. Number 2, click the like button if you like this video or if I helped out at all. Number 3, leave a comment. Number 4, if you have any questions, some of your answers might be down in the description. Number 5, if you're interested in any of the tools that I use in this video, all the links are down in the description. Good to go. Back to the wallet. As you see, we got that backsplash. So it goes like that, and bam. Same thing on the back. And the secret to the Ghost is that fold at the bottom instead of stitching, so that front card goes down to the bottom instead of sitting up top. That way, when you have cards in both pockets, you have access to both cards. And if you want, you can also put some bills in there. Just push them right in.